Hey everybody, I am here to show you about our first discussion forum and the use of the listening guide to be able to help you through these pieces as we go through the semester. Here in front of me I have the digital resources page, or they call it a digital landing page, with the Norton Enjoyment of Music 12th edition shorter version. This is the total access code that you will be getting when you purchase your book. You will come into the Norton site and type in your access code, and then here you are on your digital landing page. We're going to go over here to the left to the ebook section. Mine looks a little bit different than yours because mine actually is the instructor version of this, but ebook should be over there on the left, so let's go ahead and get into that. And I'm going to find chapter 11 because this is where the Benjamin Britten Young Person's Guide to the Orchestra is going to be located. I'm going to toggle to the correct page, which should be page 52, but for some reason in this ebook version it's coming up, it's page 51. It looks the same as what's in your book, so I'm just going to go by what the page actually looks like. And there it is. Down at the bottom of the page is this yellow block here. And that is my listening guide number 1. To access the listening guide visually, I just click on the left-hand side and I'm able to see all of the different facets of this piece of music. Here at the top, I'm given all of the different components like what we have been talking about in Unit 1, melody, rhythm, harmony, texture, form. The performing forces is what group is it? It happens to be the full orchestra. So what makes this piece so interesting is its melody. This is a theme that was written by a composer, Henry Purcell, who lived about 1700 AD. And this particular theme is played throughout the entire piece of music as a way to showcase what the different timbres, what are the different sounds of these different groups of instruments that he's introducing to us. By using one theme, we're able to hear the differences quite easily. So this piece of music is actually in 3 sections. We have an exposition, this first part here. Then we have the variation, where we go through all the different solo instruments, and finally he puts it back together with something called a fugue, which is actually taking that melody and transforming it. He takes little pieces of the melody, he turns it upside down, backwards, inside out, and kind of brings everything back together for a final restatement of the theme down here at 15 minutes and 39 seconds. So now that we have this visual orientation to the music, we will actually want to listen to it. So the way I do that is I actually click in the center, this pink box here, the ILG Interactive Listening Guide, and it takes me over to another page. I have 3 different tabs here that I can use. The first one is called Focus, and that is actually a tutorial. I have 3 different tutorials here, one on the theme or the melody of the piece, on how the variations are used, and finally what the fugue is. And feel free to look at these if you want, if it's going to help you understand the piece of music. Then there is actually an entire performance that you can watch if you would rather watch it rather than listen to it, or obviously do both at the same time. You may do this. But if you are interested in listening to it, you can actually go to the Interact tab. And that's where we're going to see this nice chart that takes us from the theme. It gives us a clue as to what variation we're in, and then finally we're going to get to the fugue here at the end. If we begin this and you would like to use your listening guide, your yellow listening guide, to actually be able to watch this as you listen, you can begin and then go back to your digital resource page and follow along here. This is the entire orchestra playing the Henry Purcell theme. Now we have the woodwinds that are going to play the theme starting now. So it's really interesting. You can use this as a way to guide you through it. You can use this page as a way to guide you through it. You can also use these different tutorials to help you. And then once you take a listen to this, you will want to go into the discussion forum and look at the question I posed to you about it. And actually the first question that I have, or the first bullet point that I want you to think about, is what is the unifying factor that you hear? And I'll give you a hint. It's something you hear over and over and over again within the piece that showcases each and every instrument, and that's used as a unifying element. So think about that as you listen to it. What do you hear over and over again that's going to be that unifying factor in this music? So as you start to listen to this music, I find that these resources is really what's going to guide you through it. I'm here to do these tutorials with you, but as you listen to it on your own, you will begin to see that it's more like doing a math or a science problem. It's not background music. We are so used to listening to music kind of while we're doing other things that we put it in a certain place almost in our brains that pushes it to the back because we're thinking about something else. We have to learn in this class how to actively listen to a piece of music where it's at the forefront. It's like that math problem that you're trying to decipher. Should be at the front part of your mind while you are investigating this piece of music. And using these charts and using all of this information here is really what's going to help guide you. This interactive listening guide, where you're actually able to see the music and its progression, really does help you figure out where you are. It doesn't become just a bunch of gobbledygook that you can't figure out what on earth is going on. Once you listen to it a number of times and actually see things as it progresses, it really helps your ear find a good stopping point to say, oh wait, okay, I've heard this before. I know what's going on. So using these charts is a really great way to help you kind of get those basic thoughts about how to listen to music in an entirely different way. So I hope this helps you understand the listening guides. I will be using some tutorials as we go through the semester to help you through these different pieces of music and help you understand what you need to be listening for. But the first thing is for you guys to go ahead and get your Total Access code, get into Total Access, and locate these resources so you're going to be able to use them. And most of all, I hope you enjoy the piece.